The administration screen can be considered the nerve center. It is from here that you can configure what users can and cannot do, create tasks and to-do lists, assign roles and schedule actions. To have access to the screen, you must first be provided the rights of a system admin. A system admin can be created through the administration screen under the option for user accounts. It is important to understand that this means that only another administrator can create an administrator. If you are unsure who your administrators are, or the login credentials to gain access to that account don't work, please contact our support desk. A new user requires a username and an email address, which would be for any password user requests, and may be linked to an existing entity if so desired. As previously mentioned, this does mean that you can have a user of Corterum who is neither a senior manager nor a certification staff member and instead just manages the day-to-day functions of the software. When assigning roles, there are some default options that can be selected to help you assign access and display options. This list can be added to within your own roles, which will be covered shortly. Tasks is the first option available within the administration page and is used to help create and assign them to your users. Existing tasks are displayed on the page with a separate tab for both outstanding and completed tasks. In both situations, the details of a task are shown, including who it refers to, its priority, and how long remains before it reaches its deadline. By clicking on the three dots, it is possible to send a reminder email to those who have yet to complete the task. To create a new task, click the plus symbol above and complete the form as it appears. The priority is used to determine the precedence if there are multiple tasks, and you can optionally set a deadline. The users, groups and entities below provide granularity when assigning the task and can be utilized to select one or more users. Finally, if your task refers to a dataset, it is possible to link this to the task for ease of your users. Corterum offers the option to include data for more than one company, and the Companies tab allows you to set up and configure this. Once the additional companies have been created, it is possible to switch between them with a drop-down menu in the top right. The Entities tab allows you to directly create entities and associate information with them. As an admin, you will sometimes need a way to quickly and efficiently add a new entry, and this would be the option for doing so. Each of the entity types allows for information fields to be completed to provide detail, and they will automatically be entered to the relevant datasets. Please note that these are only entities and not users. They will not be able to log in unless you have a user linked to them. When creating a task or assigning more than one person to a role, groups may be used to speed the process. Groups are a simple and effective way to assign multiple entities or groups and allow for greater degree of control. Configuring them is straightforward, requesting a name and a description and then adding whether or not it is an existing group or an entity. Any which are added to the group are summarized in the section displayed below. As with other areas of Corterum, the three dots will allow you to edit or delete any of these existing groups. You may find yourself in a position that you want to configure access to various parts of Corterum, and this can be handled via the Roles tab. Each role can have a number of features and dataset permissions related to it. As an example, it would be possible to configure the system to allow certain users to only have access to reporting. Clicking the three dots will allow you to edit or delete the role, and if you find yourself setting up and configuring a lot of roles, there are filters on the right. For both groups and roles, there is an option to define them as system, that being system group or system role. By default, when either is created, it is made specific to the company that was selected at that point. If these options are ticked when creating or editing them, then they will be accessible across all companies and is an easy way of setting up access permissions if your team manages the SMCR reporting for multiple companies. The organization chart, also known as an org chart, is a way of seeing the company organization at a glance, displaying the current entity hierarchy for the selected company and denoting what role they have. The org chart is automatically built from the information stored for an entity and can be easily accessed via the staff information dataset. Within an entity's record, the role information has a field included in it for the line manager. It is this that determines the structure. If this field remains blank, then the entity will be moved to the top of the org chart, either representing them as a single separate individual outside the organization's hierarchy or as a managing director of the business. The chart is designed to be panned around with zoom functionality. Downloading the chart will create a PDF file that can be saved and printed off from your computer. Please note that the downloaded file will initially be saved as a single-page PDF, so in the event that you have a particularly large hierarchy, you may want to edit and enlarge on this file using a third-party software. The workflow page includes a number of automation rules designed to make the life of an admin simpler and easier. It works in combination with the scheduler to automate tasks and attestations and remove a lot of the busy work from the system. The FCA has a number of reporting requirements, and these workflows can be activated to automate the various requests and reminders to your users based upon their groups and roles. The workflows themselves are a set of pre-built rules that can be activated and configured to affect different groups and roles. A handy description is also available, helping you to provide guidance on the effects of this automation and when it will activate. The scheduler allows you to set up and configure your own tasks and attestation requests, and new entries may be added by pressing the plus symbol along the top. Beginning with the date that the event will occur, you are then able to configure a task, an attestation, or even an in-system message. The following screen allows you to detail and describe what is requested in the event, be it just a message or steps on how to complete a task, as well as who the event will be sent to. The final screen allows you to label and describe the scheduled event and how it appears on the scheduler page. The main difference between a workflow and a scheduled event is that workflows are triggered by certain activities being completed. For example, activating the breach of conduct rules workflow and then updating one of the relevant datasets to reflect a breach of conduct will activate a task to be sent to the admin that an update must be submitted to the FCA. That way, if you have a large number of users updating Corterum, the workflow will make sure that the admin supervising the system will be made aware and you can take action.